So Magic, Star Wars, and X-Men today. I got some videos to do. And let's start off with today's Magic spoilers for Shadow over Innistrad, Day 4. And, yeah, we got Sorin. We got 4 Planeswalkers in this set. I can only guess how the next set's going to play out. We know Liliana's going to be in the next set. And I'm starting to think we might go Tameo in the next set as well, just to even out the color roster. Because she is going to show up in the storyline, but yeah, I'm surprised, honestly, that we got 4 Planeswalkers in this set. I generally did not see that coming. So, yeah, lots of fun to be had in this set. We're going to have a ball. Now, let's talk about Sorin, Grim Nemesis, at 4 generic, 1 white, 1 black. He looks pissed. Sword ready to kill. He's got 6 starting loyalty, so he's got loyalty to his mana cost. That's always good for a Planeswalker, unless they're low-leveled. Well, that's not necessarily true. Arlen Cord, I believe, starts at 3? Or, one second, where was Arlen Cord? That was 50. We're just double-checking on Arlen Cord. Arlen Cord has 4 mana. I think they have her at 3. Yeah, they have her at 3, but she's designed differently, that's why. So it all depends on design. For Sorin, perfectly works in his favor. Now, his +1 is reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. It's a draw ability. Each opponent loses life equal to the card's converted mana cost. So, right there, it's a plus draw, and you can deal damage. The draw alone is what people, without, no joke, the draw is what will draw people to the card. The damage done, if it's got a mana cost, assuming it's not a land, is just icing on the cake then. People are going to love that. I love that already. I can already think of decks to put this guy in and use him in. Next, X ability. Sorin Grim Nemesis deals X damage to target creature or Planeswalker, and you gain X life. You can straight kill a Planeswalker, most Planeswalkers, right when you bring them out, maybe even have a little left over. Kill just about any monster on the creature on the field, save for the biggest, and anything that has hexproof or indestructible. So right there, and you will gain the life back. It's a great way, especially if you're behind in a game. If you're behind in a game, your opponent's got, I don't know, a big beefy creature out, but he's got a small enough butt that you can kill him outright with this. You're low on life. You got some extra mana. Maybe it's a flying creature like a demon. You can just blast him, gain some life, and then regain some ground. Great effect. Then this one I love because I can easily think of decks to put this in. But his -1 is not an emblem, or his ultimate is not an emblem. Most Planeswalkers these days have emblems as their ultimates, but not all. Ugin didn't have one. Sorin apparently doesn't have one, and oh man, I think it's Nahiri doesn't have one as well. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, put a number of put a number of 1/1 Black Vampire Knight creatures tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to the highest life total among all players. So, just in a standard game, play turn 6, assuming you're able to cover your life pretty well, I would imagine in any game you could still probably be at 20 life. But you'd be somewhere more like 7 or 8. But if you're running a black-white deck that's running Sorin, you're probably dealing with life damage as well. So you're probably going to be the one with the more life. Either or, whoever's got the more life, which will probably still be maybe 15 or whatever, all depends on how well the deck plays. That's 15 1/1 lifelinkers right there. And if you got any other shenanigans, give creature... There you go, you run an Esper deck with the new Drake that gives flying to the entire team. There you go, he can wreck your shit up. So, Sorin, great card. Little pricey, 6 mana is a little bit much for a Planeswalker, but as we saw with Elspeth, Sun's Champion, price isn't always necessarily an issue. Or Ugin, price is not necessarily an issue. So moving on, here we go. This is an interesting card. Now, it's in French, so they had to translate it. I believe they got it right. It's Westvale Abbey. It is a land. Add 1 colors to your mana pool. Pay 5, tap, pay 1 life, and add a 1/1 white-black human cleric token onto the battlefield creature. Pay 5, tap, sacrifice 5 creatures, transform Vestal Abbey, then untap it. It's a transforming land. That's unique. That's not something we've had. And it transforms into the demon. Now, a lot of people have been saying, is this the demon that one of the demons Liliana is looking for? No. If you actually read the first story they had for Shadows over Innistrad, where they revealed Arlen Cord, this is the demon that the guy's wife was praying to. I know, I don't think any other demons exist on Innistrad that Liliana owes any favors to for her debt. She's already gotten rid of 2. Can't remember the name of the first one, but Grizzleband was the other one. I don't think there are any more on Innistrad. I think she just hangs out in Innistrad usually. But then the land turns into, and I want to see if I get this name right, Ormidal, Prince of the Profanes. 9/7 flying, lifelink, indestructible haste. And it untaps. So that means the moment you transform that, you're swinging in for a 9/7 flying into lifelink, indestructible haste. That's fucked up. That's really... And while he is a legendary creature, the land is not a legendary creature. You can have multiple copies of this in your deck, and it would not hurt your deck, per se. Granted, it would bog things down, but it would not hurt your deck. Now, if it's all depending if someone can... And there's plenty of cards that now focus on exiling and stuff. We've seen plenty of cards that are focusing on exile. So indestructible doesn't actually mean as much as it used to. Still means a great deal in terms of just general combat, but in terms of what it used to, this guy could be exiled, and if you have multiple copies, then you just bring out another one. I've heard a lot of people say they want to combo this with Withergar, the dagger that turns into the 1313 demon from Dark Ascension. I, again, have a copy of that. Fun stuff. I use him in an unblockable deck. It's horrifying. But overall, this is a fantastic card, just in terms of flavor. Now, that being said, in terms of its playability, trying to turn him into the 9/7 with his own effect alone with the producing tokens, it's just too slow of an ability. You're better off playing a token-generating deck. Like, I don't know, why don't we use Sorin's ultimate ability and make a bunch of freaking vampire tokens, then tap that, and then there you go. There's your combo right there. There's also the red demon producing token, or imp devil producing tokens, devil cards that produce devil tokens, 1/1s. That's a very big possibility you could try. So you're better off using this in a token ramp strategy than you are in just, say, flat out using his ability to make little 1/1s and then use the ability, because there's no guarantee those 1/1s are sticking around either. But still, for casual flavor, for sealed, great card all around. I could definitely find a home in Commander, that's for certain, but we'll wait to see. Moving on, Drownyard Temple. Now this has got some different flavor to it. That's it. The Cryptolith's point here, says Jace. Add 1 color summon to your mana pool. Tap 3 of any color. Return Drowning Temple from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap. So it's a recursion land that is basically will not die unless you exile the thing. Now it produces 1 colorless mana, so it's not like it's a colored mana generator unless you turn it into one with certain cards. But for what it is a very effective card for recursion. You can always get it back. It'll always be there, more or less. So, great card all around. We'll find a home. Who knows? Eldrazi's I could definitely find a home with, because Eldrazi's are all over the place at the moment. Moving on, Death Cap Cultivator. It's a mana dork. Death Cap Cultivator is a 1 generic, 1 green, 2/1. Add 1 black, 1 green, or 1 green for tapping it. Delirium, it gets Death Touch if it has Delirium. It's a fine card. It's a mana dork. Really, the arts and the flavor is the only thing that's really anything to write home about with this card. He's growing mushrooms out of himself. It's kind of weird. So then we had Traverse the Underval, which is just 1 green. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Delirium, you can search your hand for a creature or land. If you just need land in the early game, sure, but the only way this card's going to be any effective is in the late game when you've actually got enough to get Delirium off. It's okay. It's better than, say, maybe a rampant growth, really. Except rampant growth put into the battlefield. So it's not necessarily better. It's about even because it's got 1 mana less, and it has the creature upside with Delirium. But it's just, honestly, this card didn't need to be rare. This card didn't. If this card would have started as an uncommon, it would have been a good uncommon, I think. But as a rare, it's just kind of no. Vessel of Vitality, I believe. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, said the Alchemist. This is weird. Well, not weird, but this is kind of stupid. 1 generic, 1 red. Enchantment. Pay 1 generic red, pay 1 red, 1 generic, sacrifice it, and add 3 red to your mana pool. So you're essentially paying 2 to get an extra 2. That's it. It's fine. These effects find a home somewhere. They're not that amazing. Then we have a slew of vampire cards that were actually spoiled yesterday, but they were added to the site today, so I'll talk about them now. Merciless Resolve, 2 generic, 1 black. As additional cost, sacrifice a creature or land. Draw 2 cards. Good card. People will use it, especially with tokens. Tokens, they will use this up the yin yang. I love the flavor though. You sought to anger me, Nahiri. Soon you will see how well you've succeeded. Olivia's Blood Sorin, 1 generic, 1 black, 2/1 flying, cannot block, but target vampire gets haste if you play 1 red. Vampire Tribal, man. Vampire Tribal. Then we have Stormkirk Mentor, 3 generic, 1 black, 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on another target vampire. Again, Vampire Tribal. If you're running a vampire deck, great card. Then Twins of Maureen Estate. And it's 3/5 with Madness, which is 2 generic, 1 black. If you get the Madness off, good card. But I like the flavor more. Children, where are your parents? And you just see these bloody children in the cemeteries. Oh, that monk's dead. And somehow this thing just gets... It always does this when I'm not meaning it to. And now I realize this whole video I've been doing that because I didn't have it up. I was looking at the cards. But overall, a lot of good cards were spoiled today. Some were just meh, but a lot good. Sorin's good. I think the transforming land is going to be good. Join me tomorrow when I talk about Day 5 spoilers, and then take a break for the weekend, and then come back all fresh and renewed on Monday. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got 2 other videos to do. I'll see you next time.